Lotus Squad, welcome back to Lotus Tarot TV 444. Today is definitely an impromptu stream, but my guides have advised me to go live and to discuss the messages that they have shared with me and the messages that have come through me. Now, I want to give everyone some time to get in here. So while you guys are getting into the stream, please do hit that like button and get ready for the message. I actually channeled a few messages for you guys here that I want to share with you all. And what led me to do this impromptu stream is way more than just my guides advising me to. I felt called to do this because I've spent a lot of time hiding from a lot of things in my life and a lot of things in general, even with this channel, with my purpose, with my direction in life. And fear has definitely been a huge factor and a huge hindrance to my progression. And I feel like, especially within the spiritual community that I'm a part of, we always discuss ascension symptoms. So usually we get together and we all share how we feel physically, mentally, emotionally, and of course, spiritually. Hello, Trevor. Hello, Trevor. Hello, Trevor. It's good to see you. My day is great so far, and I hope you are doing well as well. Now, back to what we discuss in this spiritual community that I'm a part of. We discuss the ascension symptoms. And a lot of us have been feeling the same effects. We've been feeling aches and pains in our lower back, in our joints. We feel like even though we may get over 8 hours of sleep, it's like you want to go right to bed right when you wake up. There's this lethargic, heavy, weighed down energy that I've been picking up on for the past week. Now, I'm sure a few of you are aware of the post that I had put up a day ago, expressing a little bit about what's going on with me and what's going on with this channel and why I have taken a step back when it comes to monthly zodiac readings. Because one thing that you have to keep in mind is when you are a light worker and when you are doing spiritual work, when you are sharing divine messages, it's not good to muddy up the messages with any emotional distortion of your own. And so lately I've been definitely conflicted with external and internal energies. Hello, love the 80s. Welcome to the Lotus Squad and welcome to the live stream. Now, aside some of those symptoms where we talk about aches and pains in our body and migraines, headaches, some of us are feeling like there are things in our eyes like sand almost, and feeling as though your body is not functioning properly due to the heightening of frequency. And right now, a lot of us are definitely going to feel these awakening symptoms and ascension symptoms a lot harder than usual, because not only are we dealing with heightening our frequency and releasing the tether to the third dimension, we are also dealing with seeing certain things in our dreams. A lot of us are having lucid dreams, very vivid dreams. Some of us are dreaming about people that we haven't talked to in years, people that we've never met. For example, I've been talking about my dreams of Prince and just things like that. And a lot of that has to do with the subconscious purging. And now that we are in Pluto retrograde, this is all about karmic shifts. And this is all about making massive changes when it comes to relationships, lifestyle, mindsets, and just changes within ourselves as a whole. And so when we experience these changes, it's pretty intense. A lot of us feel as though we are consistently and periodically going through the dark night of the soul, which I discuss a lot on this channel. And that has a lot to do with what we're experiencing now as well, because the dark night of the soul is a necessary process to go through in order for us to achieve our light body and to purge any outdated belief systems, outdated paradigms. We're looking at our attitude. And a lot of us are starting to identify, especially when it comes to relationships, we're starting to identify that there's no more settling in our comfort zone at this point. And a lot of us are dealing with having to face the fact that not only have we grown apart from just about everyone that we've ever known, but a lot of the people that some of us know are still choosing to remain in the third dimension. They're choosing to remain low frequency. They're not willing to change. They're not willing to shift with the awakening. And see, what led me to come on here today was the fact that the energies I've been picking up on exceed my own experiences, feelings, and so on and so forth. I'm picking up on people that, can't come along with my journey. I am picking up on family. I'm picking up on the squad, obviously. I'm picking up on the world as a whole. And what came to mind today was the weight of the world on our shoulders is definitely increasing. But see, it's all about perspective and how we view these experiences. See, initially it may feel scary. It may feel lonely. It may feel almost as though you are depressed. You may be feeling as though maybe even some of the things that you enjoyed to do are no longer fulfilling you. Hello, soul. It's good to see you, sweetie. And with these shifts and changes that we're going through, a lot of pent up emotions, pent up anger, pent up resentments, pent up pain, sadness. These things are starting to come to the surface. And it kind of goes back to the whole lucid dreaming and having these vivid dreams. Hello, Phyllis. Welcome. And what's coming up from the subconscious is definitely going to shake us up in a way that maybe a lot of us would prefer to not deal with and go through, just because it's accelerating. Everything is accelerating around us and within us. And so within my spiritual community, discussing these symptoms makes me feel like I need to use my voice to reach out to all of you and to share the messages that have come through. And I hope that you guys would take the time to listen and see what resonates with you. Because right now, a lot of us are starting to realize that some of the things that we've tried to avoid or to distract ourselves from thinking about and distract ourselves from feeling, these things can no longer be avoided. We can no longer distract ourselves, especially with this lockdown and the fact that we're being forced to have to start getting acclimated to our own company. We have to get acclimated to silence. And that's something that a lot of us are not used to, especially when we, are dealing with our daily, obligations and responsibilities, having to work, take care of the house, take care of the kids. Some of us are starting our own businesses. Some of us are starting our own Lightworker journey. Some of you guys have been contemplating wanting to start your own Lightworker journey and wanting to even start doing something like this, coming on YouTube and sharing your gifts, things like that. But I noticed, especially in the past collectives, where a common theme has been patience and going inward, quieting the thoughts. And it's going to make us feel extremely uncomfortable initially, but it's all in how you work through these things. Because when we are faced with a dark night of the soul, when we're faced with having to face the mirror and having to face ourselves and face everything that we have been looking away from, it's going to be a shock to the system, but it's necessary in order for us to allow these feelings to come up so we can release them and let them go. Now, I just want to say thank you so much to those of you that have left a like. And to those of you that have not left a like yet, I would appreciate it if I can see here by a show of likes that you're A, ready for the message, and B, show your support. Because that's also a common thing. Right now, more than ever, we all need support. No matter how strong you are, no matter how independent we can be, we all need somebody to lean on sometimes. And anybody in the chat that that resonates with what I'm about to say, that's something that I've experienced lately. A lot of people view me as being strong and all of this, and I put on a good front, sometimes. I do the joking and all that stuff. I try to keep it high energy, but sometimes you just got to accept the fact that there's a time and place for everything. And now's the time to get serious, to dig deep. And a lot of us are realizing who is really in our corner and who isn't. Some of us have already discovered this. I mean, we've been talking about things like this in my collectives for months. Hell, at least a year. We've been talking about finding out who's fake, who has our back. And especially when it comes to that kind of experience, we have to be honest with ourselves about not only the awakening process and how stressful that can be, but we also have to acknowledge the fact that when we deal with having to release or let go of certain people, places, or things that we've grown accustomed to, it is literally like experiencing a loved one that has passed on. Even though we know that these people that we've had to walk away from and cut out of our lives are still here in the physical realm, the fact that the relationship had to come to an end, the dynamic is no longer the same, maybe falling outs are happening a lot more, that can lead to an intense grieving process within itself, on top of everything that's going on around us and all of the planetary activity that also has a hand in these energies. Now, I just have to say something, because I know there's a few of you in here that I see that commented on that post that I put up in the community tab where I was discussing how, my Lightworker journey, it's been riddled with self-doubt for I don't know how long. And I look back in the beginning and I'm like, wow, I was so excited and determined and motivated to start this journey. And I guess at some point I realized that being a light worker is a lot of work. It's a lot of work because we take on, especially being empaths out there, we take on everyone's energies around us. I mean, hell, some of you guys could be feeling people's energies in the grocery store, picking up on the panic and the anxiety, the fear, picking up on, just everything. And it's kind of hard to tap into the inner self with all of that interference, right? And bear with me, you guys, because this is coming straight from the heart right now. And to be honest, I feel like I'm a little bit all over the place, but this is raw, this is real, and this is uncut. This is exactly how I feel today. And yes, I believe that a lot of us could be feeling like we're a little bit all over the place in some way. And getting centered seems to be harder and harder, especially when we're trying to work through making and implementing positive changes in our lives, working on, sticking to, our goals, sticking to a routine, trying to, have healthier. It's a lot. And especially with my journey, I mean, all of this ties into this. I've been feeling like, in the beginning, I was gaining momentum. I felt like I was really making, an impact, a positive impact on people's lives. And somewhere along the way, a part of me feels like, I don't know. I don't even know if what I'm doing is making a difference. But yet I have so many of you guys in the comment section, in the chat box, on my posts. And you guys are always so supportive. And that's what gets me sometimes, right? Because somewhere along the way, I feel like I lost my way. And I feel like a lot of us can relate. We don't all have to be light workers to be feeling this energy, you guys. And right now, this is the time to put up or shut up. I keep getting that message. I was talking about taking a little break, to catch up on rest. And then my guides were like, okay, you need to talk about this today. You know, figure it out. You may not know what the hell you're talking about initially, but just, you need to figure it out and make an effort. Because I'm not going to lie, the feeling of wanting to give up is very real. And I keep seeing messages since I've posted that to not give up, to keep going. And I feel like this could really benefit from that message. Whatever it is that you're currently working through, whatever it is that you're purging right now, you've got to keep going. A lot of us want to throw in the towel right now, but I'm here to say that although things may seem heavy and thick in a way, I do pick up on the energy that things are shifting in a positive direction, albeit it is doing so slowly, but it is still moving in the right direction. It's up to us to identify how we truly feel and to speak up and speak out about it. Even if you feel like people won't understand you, even if you feel like you're not making a difference, even when you feel like there's no point, or whatever it is that you're feeling, we have to speak up and speak out. Even if it's just writing in our journal, creating music, expressing ourselves through our creativity. And one thing especially, I've been feeling this in limbo energy. Should I stay? Should I go? Should I stay? Should I go? Who should I let go of? Should I hold out a little bit longer? Will things get better? Maybe with certain people, things start to look like they're improving. And then all of a sudden, there could be a scenario where things start to go right back to clashing. So, and I hope you guys in the chat, y'all let me know. I know that you guys are listening intently, but y'all don't be afraid to let me know. Correct me if I'm wrong. And don't be afraid to share your awakening symptoms. Matter of fact, I think that would be really good for all of us to share with each other, especially when we don't really have people in our immediate circle to talk about these things with. Right? So, with that being said, I hope you guys are following me. But I want to get into something that I wrote here. And I hope you guys take the time to listen. And hopefully there's something within this that you can identify with. Because the whole experience of me writing this today was so profound, eye-opening, and mind-blowing that it just blew my mind, quite literally. So, here we go. I'm in the throes of self-sabotage and right back at square one. The weight of reality is slowly crushing me, and the will to fight has long since left me. The ugly truth has been staring me in the face, and I can't ignore it any longer. I thought I was getting stronger, but I don't have it in me to keep this up any longer. Lately, I've been clinging to old illusions, and I end up getting swept up in even more confusion. I know the life I used to live never fulfilled me, but yet I keep desperately holding on to who I used to be and running back to the same places and faces that only caused me pain and grief. Inside my soul is screaming, begging me to stop this insanity. Time and time again, I ignore my constant pleading. Like a moth to a flame, I can't help but sacrifice my wings for nothing. A part of me keeps wondering why, while these tears continue to pour from my weary eyes, afraid to let go of what has already died. The pain just won't subside, but I just keep it all stuffed down deep inside. This is the side of me I try to hide, but now there's nowhere to run since I've gotten off the lifelong proverbial roller coaster ride. It's almost as if my identity is defined by all of the betrayal, trauma, and lies. Now I'm left to pick up the pieces as I hopelessly try to figure out who I am. Deep down, I know that life as I know it is completely over. The time keeps on ticking, and I'm only getting older. It's like I've been running in place for so long that now I can't break away from the vicious cycle, and I'm becoming paralyzed. I'm stuck in place, unable to move forward. I admit that I'm terrified of the future and not knowing what will happen next or what to expect. All I have to go off of is the past experiences throughout my life and the crippling loneliness I've had to endure throughout my life and throughout pain in my life. That's all I know, and I fear that it's all I'll ever know. I never want to go through the things I went through before ever again, and yet I've isolated myself because of that. Now, I'm the one who's setting the trap. I can't trust a soul, not even myself. I've been wrong many times before, so what makes me think things will be any different this time? After everything I've been through, it's like I still didn't learn my lessons. I give and give and give and give some more until there's nothing left, just to end up getting nothing in return in the end. I just can't win. I crumble in self-defeat before I even begin because it's easier to give in than it is to fight just to lose in the end. I ask myself, what's the point? It's much safer to put up these walls to keep the love from creeping back in and risk being hurt and disappointed again. It's easier to hurt myself than it is to let anyone get close enough to hurt me again. It's easier to leave before anyone has the chance to leave me again. It's easier to continue believing in the same old familiar things that left me broken instead of believing in a potentially hopeful and fruitful future. I got so used to my brokenness that I eventually lost all hope of things ever changing. My identity has become an extension of my brokenness, and the possibility of ever discovering who I'm meant to be may be lost indefinitely. At least that's what I keep telling myself. Maybe I believed that I wasn't worth anything because my own parents didn't even want me, so why would anyone else want me? I believed all of the hurtful things they told me. Then I remember my papa and all of the good things he told me. Papa always told me I was a natural born leader. He used to be so adamant about how much talent I have and that I shouldn't waste it by preoccupying myself with people who don't have my best interest at heart and with doing reckless things that would get me into trouble. He never stopped reminding me how gifted I was and that I could do anything I put my mind to if I really wanted to. He would always remind me of the good things about myself. And he was the only one who never gave up on me and never left me out in the cold, even when I was at my lowest. I am forever grateful for everything he did for me. It makes me realize how blind I've been when it comes to all of the love and support that he gave me. It makes me realize that I wasn't as alone as I believed myself to be. It makes me realize just how much love I had in my life, and that the negative beliefs about myself and the negative attitude towards myself have been wrong all along. Even though I went through abandonment, abuse, trauma, and pain, I still had love in my life. I've been so focused on the pain, and it completely eclipsed and overshadowed the love that's always been here waiting for me to acknowledge it and to let it in. All this time, I've been holding on to false beliefs, false perceptions, and a false sense of self that was masquerading as truth. I was loved all along. I am wide awake now. I was blind, but now I see. My biggest enemy has always been me, and now I know how to break free. With this newfound clarity, I am finally free. The people that have been in my life aren't a threat to me, and they never were. No matter what they may have done to hurt me, they could never destroy me. I am the one that has the power to destroy me, and I am also the one that has the power to heal me. I have the choice to make a difference in my life, and no matter what obstacles I've faced, I know I can overcome them if I truly want to. I know I'm not the only one who has gone through trauma, loss, pain, and hardships. We all have the choice to accept defeat or claim our rightful victory. All it takes is some honest self-reflection, taking accountability for your own life, and being grateful for the love and blessings that we have in our lives. Some of these blessings we may have been taking for granted. When I started writing this, I had no idea I would find my way through to the light at the end of this 28-year-long tunnel. I had no idea I would end up finding myself and finding the answers I needed to be able to heal and be free. It happened this way because of love. That is the answer. Love. It conquers all. We just have to let it in. Let go of the pain. Forgive yourself for your mistakes. After all, we are only human. We are imperfect beings, but we are still beautiful. We are still worthy of love. As long as we strive to be our best selves every single day, we can overcome anything, and we can make the impossible possible. It won't be an easy feat, but nothing worth attaining will ever be easy. You'll have your days where you doubt yourself, but keep going anyway. You'll have days when you feel down, but those days won't last forever. You may feel unworthy at times, but you're only kidding yourself. You are capable of any and everything you put your mind to. You are deserving of love, happiness, success, prosperity, abundance, wealth, good health, and all that you desire. You just have to work hard to attain and maintain these things. The only one stopping you is you. There's nothing you cannot do. Just believe in yourself and just do it. that is what I wrote earlier today while I was going through a roller coaster of emotions. But somehow I found my way without even realizing that that's where I was headed. I was headed in the right direction. I didn't even realize it. Initially, I felt like all was lost, that I should give up, that, maybe I'm just kidding myself. But at the end of the day, while I shed those tears, while writing that out, I felt my papa's presence, my grandfather's presence. And it was very strong. And it made me realize that I've been looking at life and looking at my journey and looking at myself all wrong all along, and I couldn't even see what was right in front of me. And honestly, even through all of the pain that I had to endure, I thank God that I was able to have him in my life to remind me of that. He planted many seeds. And he told me things about myself that I couldn't even see. He believed in me when I didn't even believe in me, which kind of reminds me of you guys, which is why I think I'm really hard on myself when I feel like I need a break, or I feel like I need to step back, or I'm starting to feel like I'm doubting myself, or feeling like I'm losing my way a little bit, because I don't want to disappoint you guys. There are a lot of you that have been with me since the beginning of this journey. And I know that sometimes I'm not the easiest to listen to. Sometimes, albeit I am a very passionate person, I've heard the anger in my voice. I hear it. The resentment and the bitterness that I stuffed down was coming out in ways that I didn't even realize. And when it comes to this journey, I want so badly to be able to build a firm foundation and a strong community. I don't care about the money, and I don't care about popularity. At first, looking at other people and seeing how quickly they're growing and looking at my own journey and comparing the two, it was affecting me. But now, all of it is meaningless without a purpose. All of it is meaningless if there's no meaning behind the messages. All of it is meaningless if I can't appreciate all of you who have consistently shown support. And I know I always bug y'all about the likes, but that shows me who truly supports me. That's an indicator, right? People that comment, people that take the time to even listen to what I have to say. You guys have your own lives. You guys have a lot of your own things that you're working through. And you don't have to take your time out of your day to listen to what I have to say. But you do. And that's what keeps me here, even though I'm fighting myself with this whole journey. I feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like I'm disappointing all of you. I feel like I'm not good enough. I feel like other people in the spiritual community are better than me, or maybe they're more liked than me, and all these things in my head that I just stay silent about. It hasn't been helping me at all. It hasn't been helping us. We are a collective. I have people like you a part of my community, because I could have nobody. I could have nothing. No views, no nothing. Keep in mind, you guys are very important to me. And some of you are probably like, well, you don't even know me. Pump your brakes, Mistress Lotus. You overdoing the gushy mushy shit. But I'm being serious. Just like my grandfather, you guys have consistently reminded me that all of your love and support is very real. You guys have consistently helped me keep going when I've wanted to give up. There are so many times I've been wanting to give up, you guys. I'm looking at the views and how I kind of messed up because I took a break, and I'm like, damn, I was making 25K views in my videos, and now I'm at 500. Is it even worth trying to rebuild? Is there any point anymore? Does anybody even want to listen to me anymore? Is it me? Am I doing something wrong? Am I boring? Annoying? I don't know. All these thoughts. But yet you guys have still consistently been there, showing your love and support. See, the reason why I bring up likes, comments, and all these things, that's something that doesn't cost anything for you guys. Right? And for those of you that do those things to help get these messages out there and things like that, and just to even share your comments with me, that shows me that obviously there's some support there. And I have to remember that I can't please everybody. I just can't. And I know that. But maybe I'm looking at this all wrong too, which is why I shared what I wrote here with all of you. How many of you guys in the chat, don't be shy now. There's no reason to be shy when you're in the midst of kindred spirits. How many of you guys could relate to what I said there? How many of you guys feel the same way? How are you guys dealing with everything that's been going on, dealing with ascension symptoms, experiencing the dark night of the soul, stress, and everything else? Be real. I know I don't even have to have anybody confirm it in the chat or in the comments to know what I'm feeling. Because I finally figured out why I keep thinking about Prince. The reason why I gravitated to him was not because of his outer appearance. It was because of his own background, his own childhood, his own experiences. They were very similar to mine, albeit there are some differences. But the point is, he also dealt with abuse. And mind you, recently, Michael Jackson has been coming to me recently. And I listened to an interview of his, and I've always had a deep love for Michael ever since I was a kid. And I would always cry on certain songs, even though they weren't necessarily sad songs, because I guess at that time, I didn't realize my abilities at the time, but I could feel him. I could still feel what he went through, even though he's not really talking about that in the song. I could hear it in his voice. But when I heard that man speak in an interview and how he described looking at the sky, and he described it like a painting, he literally said verbatim some things that I have shared with others. I've always loved him. And Prince, I've just discovered. I literally just recently saw Purple Rain, a month ago? And although there are some things that I don't like about him, no offense to the Prince fans, there are some things about his character that I don't like, things that I see through, things that went on in his relationships and things like that. There are some things that I don't agree with. And I have that right not to agree. I don't like that. Because when you look at Michael went through a lot worse than maybe he did, although it's not a competition of who's worse, but I'm just saying, right? Somebody that went through something extreme, who turned out to be an animal lover, such as myself, very poetic, artistic, a deep thinker, kind-hearted, genuinely kind-hearted. And it's funny because it makes me also think about the allegations against Michael as well. and how we've been talking a lot about smear campaigns. I see a lot of people in the comments talking about how he's done things to kids, but come to find out, they had no evidence. But now someone that's damn near similar to me is being done dirty like that. Out of self-interest, out of greed, out of jealousy, out of hate. Prince has been coming to me because I already know that he knows I'm a light worker, and I know Prince is too. I know that he has abilities, but see, there are some things that I could tell y'all when it comes to what his music was portraying. There are a lot of hidden meanings in his music, both positive and negative, which there's nothing wrong with embracing duality, but there are definitely some messages that are very dark as well. And I'm sorry to say, there's something about his story and vanity and just Hollywood life in general, I think is what I'm trying to say. Not just him as a person, but this whole glamour, glitz and glam, all this money and, all the fame. And it comes at a hefty price. And all of us, even myself, I fell in this trap where we're really drawn to wanting that, wanting to achieve that level of success, wanting to be, on that caliber of success. But there are a lot of things within that industry alone and just in general with that type of lifestyle that is very dark. Even though these artists may have a genuinely good message behind their music and they may have good intentions, but unfortunately, to get to that level of success, not to knock their talent because they're very talented individuals, but there are things that you have to do to get to that level. And on some level, I know that Prince sacrificed himself for what he loved. He was the martyr, in a sense. All of the people in the public eye that we've grown to connect deeply with. I'm not talking about, the trashy celebrities that, have no substance or purpose. All they have is TNA and, talking about vulgar things and, just going along with, the cookie cutter image of, the it girl or whatever, and talking about drugs and, all these things that's leading everybody astray because they want that money. But I can't help but realize that the lack of integrity, the lack of consideration of what they're doing, what they're projecting and conveying to others. I don't understand how they can't feel like shit for that. Now, I know I'm going on a little bit of a tangent here, but to those of y'all that are listening for real, I know that you understand and you overstand and you understand, because all of this is relative, because everything is coming out. And it's not just about people in Hollywood where these secrets are starting to come out big time. If you guys think that everything has already been exposed, you ain't seen nothing yet. we have to really figure out what matters in life to all of this. And that will always be love. God is love. I feel like God showed himself through some of you guys here. God shows himself through my grandfather and through myself in many ways. But a lot of people, and I'm sure that a lot of us can agree, a lot of people choose to willfully be ignorant to what's right in front of them. See, what I was describing and what I wrote here was that all of the pain, I grew so consumed with that and just not being able to tell any, talk to anyone about it, at the time, being younger and feeling just alone. I've grown so used to it that I automatically suppress my feelings and I have to kind of snap myself out of it, which is probably what was going on with me kind of wanting to step back from the channel. Right? We can't hide. We can't hide anymore. All these people that are trying to deny what everybody can see. Is really a shame. Because now's the time more than ever to put up or shut up. Pick a side. Pick a side. This should be a time where we should all be uniting, standing up for our rights that seemingly are being stripped as each day that passes. We should be uniting to raise the frequency rather than fearing other people for race, hating other people for not believing the same thing that we believe, and condemning people for who they are and how they are, their personality, what they like. I used to be called, I listen to white music and all that goofy stuff. I talk white and, I'm weird and, I'm a snob and all this stuff. But then when they actually took the time to get to know me, they realized that all of that BS that they thought that they knew was extremely unfounded. They end up saying, damn, you're actually pretty cool. And I have to silently say this because sometimes Capricorns can come off as though we're bragging. I do see how that can be taken as such. But sometimes I think to myself, yeah, dumbass. Of course I'm badass. What the fuck you thought, bro? But here's the thing. I don't have to put anybody else down in order for me to know that I'm badass. If anything, I would rather build everybody else up so we can all be badass together. That's what I would prefer to do. But see, people don't want you to be that way. People don't want you to be sure of what you know. People are afraid of stepping outside of that comfort zone. They're afraid to look at the fact that everything that they thought they knew was a lie. That's scary to have to swallow that pill. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it's a necessary pill to swallow. Just like vitamins are necessary for, nutritional value, so is taking and swallowing the hard pill of truth. And I'm going to do a collective in a second, you guys, but I just need to share this, man. I'm tired of being silent about all of this, and if I lose people, because I'm myself, well then, good riddance. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Because I'm done. To those that are empaths like me, those that have abilities, and even to those of you that are just different from everybody around you. Maybe your maturity level exceeds your peers, such as myself. I've always been an old soul. Ever since I was 4 and 5, I was hanging out with the 40 and 50-year-olds, and I felt more at home with them than I did with people that's my age. And it's still like that today. I still can't stand people of my own age group. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but the people that I've come across, not everybody in my age group, but people I've come across, the majority, they're trash, bro. Straight up. And that's not to be rude or demeaning. That's just how I observe. I just call it like I see it. That's how I observe it. You're trash. Gossiping all day at 30, 40 years old still, and smearing people's names, and even people in the family, 50, 60 years old, still on that same BS. And, people trying to bring you down when you're trying to, come to the top. I think that's also partially why I'm thinking the way I do about this journey here, because everybody that I thought would have my back the way that I had theirs, they're nowhere to be found. They don't want to clap when you win. They're not happy for you when you're doing something different. See, everybody wants me to still be, doing dope, and they want me to still be depressed and, not worth a damn and not trying to better myself. They still want me to be that person. I can never go back to that person, no matter how hard I want to, which was what I addressed in what I wrote. I've been clinging so desperately to what I've come to know all my life, because that's all I know. I don't know any other way to be. I don't know what else to cling on to for some sense of normalcy or some sense of comfort. But even then, when I try to go back, or when I've tried in the past, I'm just reminded over and over why I left. I'm reminded that we can't go back. I'm reminded that people hate you and resent you because you are not afraid to speak up. See, you're being stronger than they could ever be. See, I know a lot of people in my family that stay silent in the face of a lot of BS. Look, my lashes is coming off. They stay silent. They enable, but they don't like me. You want to know why? Because I will be respectful about it. I don't need to curse you out. I don't need to belittle you or, to put you down, because I'm going to just give you straight facts. That's really why people don't like me, is because they can't refute what I'm saying. They're not used to somebody calling them out on their BS. I've had so many people in my past tell me that. Nobody's ever called me on my shit before. Well, you're going to get called out today, because you're too old to be acting the way that y'all are. And I think that it's weak and pathetic for people to stay silent when they see people doing people wrong. I can't stand seeing people enable others to continue doing horrible things just so they don't, if it's not me, I'm not going to say anything. No, not over here. And it's not anything about being negative. It's about being real. If I saw something going on out here, for real, I'll get my weapon out if necessary, if that's what the situation calls for, just in case they're getting crazy out there. But I will speak up. I will call the police. I will act. I will act and do the right thing without a second thought. Because if I was in that situation, I would want somebody to stand up for me, period. And that's why I do what I do. A lot of people may think my messages are negative. No, they're not negative at all, sweetie. See, the problem is toxic positivity. So you can't just have one thing. It's not all good all the time. You have to address the problem to fix it. If you're ignoring it and just denying it with positivity and glossing over it, it'll never be solved. It'll never be fixed. You can never truly be healed. You're just putting Band-Aids on a wound that's never going to heal. But then they got the nerve to get mad at me, get mad at y'all for standing up for what's right. Look at people even in the media. whistleblowers. Look at how they're done. They want to come out with some truth that could help people for the greater good. They get killed off. JFK, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. I'm sure the list is a long laundry list that I could go through and sit for hours listing all the names. But y'all get where I'm going with this. Y'all see what happens to them. But the people that's, they got, they got and I'm not trying to knock anybody, but people that's making sex tapes, now they got a reality show, and, all they have to offer is their body, or, sex, or all they have to offer is, ratchetry, and, they think that the shit is cute, but really on the cool is repulsive and unimpressive. Not realizing that there are a lot of impressionable youngins that are watching you. And a lot of people that may love, you as an artist or whatever, as a celebrity, whatever, and you're not even caring about the sort of impact that you're making. Because it's about the money. It's about the fame. It's about the clout. It's about whatever it is. It's about the self. It's about greed. It's not about love. I'll tell you that. It's not. While everybody's sitting here watching the rich get richer, everybody's waiting, everybody's not able to take care of their business with everything that's going on, right? But we're consistently watching the rich get richer while they don't give a damn what happens to everybody else. I'm tired of seeing that. And I'm tired of holding back and biting my tongue about these things. Now, don't get me wrong, you guys. I hold no bitterness in my heart at this point. But yes, I am angry. I'm angry that people would rather stay silent. And pretend that certain things aren't happening to protect themselves from shock, from pain, disappointment. The list goes on. Moral of the story, it's time to get real. Because, baby, I know I'm not the only one that's wide awake. And by the way, I also titled this Wide Awake because there was a song by Katy Perry. So funny. I need to tell y'all this mini story time. So there's this one time I discovered Wide Awake by Katy Perry. And at the time, I was drinking and chilling and shit. And I was hanging out with Bobo, right? And so I shit you not, for 5 hours straight, I was repeating it, getting drunk, singing loudly with glee. So much to the point to where when they woke up the next day, girl, they had that song embedded in their head. Because I'm wide awake. And that's exactly why I came on today. Maybe I'm psyching myself out about not being good enough. Maybe I'm psyching myself out about you guys not liking me, or maybe I'm not good enough, or whatever, because one thing I that cannot be denied, and I'm not trying to be arrogant, y'all. There's nothing wrong with being confident, bro. So what I'm about to say, please don't take it as arrogance, because I don't need to be arrogant. There's no reason for me to be. But one thing I know for sure, my gifts, undeniable, unparalleled. That's how I feel. There are things that come through without cards that nobody can even pick up with the cards. Not trying to knock anybody. I'm just being real. So I know it's not that I can't do what I'm doing. It's just I'm really starting to feel like maybe I might be draining myself and psyching myself out about this whole journey. Maybe I have been overthinking things. Maybe I have been looking at things all wrong. See, it's okay to admit you're wrong. See, that's the problem with some people, by the way, might I add. They really have a hard time admitting their wrongs and owning up to their F-ups. I have no problem admitting my fuck-ups. I talk about them all the time on here. People probably get turned off when I talk about me and my past with addiction, doing dope and all that. But why hide it? Why hide it? I have nothing to hide. I'm human. I've made mistakes, but I've also overcome it. And by me talking about it, it releases me from that stigma. By me opening up about who I am as a person and opening up about my mistakes and owning up to my own F-ups has shaped me to be a better person. And I'm always improving. It's a never-ending process when it comes to the level up, the glow up, and improving yourself. There's always room for improvement. A lot of people don't want to, they don't want to do that. They don't want to look at that. They don't want to hear it. And they'll try to make you feel bad. And I hope you guys are following me. There's a reason why I'm saying everything that I'm saying. If it doesn't click now, it'll click eventually. But one thing I've noticed is that I know a lot of people love me. And I know that for a fact because there are messages that come through that their persona and facade could never hide. I've always been really good at reading energy. Girl, I could heal people through computers. I have telepathically sent messages to people, and I did it without telling them what I was sending them, and they received exactly what I sent them. I'm able to heal people with my hands. There are a lot of things that I could do that I have no idea how I know how to do it. I just know how to do it. I've been in people's dreams. People come up to me all the time. People that don't even know me talking about, you're the type of person that everybody will miss. He says, there's somebody that came up to me talking about, I miss you even though I don't even know you. Now, again, this is not about bragging. This is just, it astounds me because I'm not seeking that. That's not, you know what I mean? I'm just being myself. But I never knew people felt that way until I started really looking. You know, I started really feeling things rather than overthinking things. I let my body feel it. Let my spirit feel it. And one thing is for sure, maybe you got y'all in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but one thing I know for sure is that wherever I go, I am felt. I may not be heard or seen. Well, that's a lie. People always look at me wherever I freaking go. It's like, damn, do I have something on my face? Shit. Have you ever heard that it's rude to stare? Have you ever heard of the word etiquette? Why are you staring at me like you've never seen a human being walking, minding their own business, not even paying attention to your steak ass? Why are you staring at me? But I have to remember that there's something in me that I still don't understand. I don't know how people feel it. I'm not even projecting anything. If anything, I'm trying to conceal that shit up, but I can't. I don't know how to do that, but I know people feel it. That's why they're looking at me like, why is this bitch making me feel this way? I don't know. Ask God. I don't know. But that's what you call power. That's what happens when you tap into your inner power. You allow yourself to acknowledge your shadow self. Stop denying the seemingly bad parts of yourself. See, we all have light and dark. See, one couldn't exist without the other. They are mutually dependent upon one another. Without darkness, there is no light. Without light, there is no darkness. Both of them must coexist. Just like we need a female and a male, for example, to create a child. People think, oh, well, you're a female, so you should be feminine. Well, let me tell you something. I'm masculine and feminine. Okay, I could turn it on and turn it off. And the funny thing is, people don't understand, if it's a dude that I'm not really feeling, I will turn up the dude all the way up purposefully. But if it's around somebody that I really like, I surprise myself with how feminine I can get. Now, I'm going to work on my femininity. I do feel like I could work on that a little bit. But I just chalk it up to I like men and women. And that's probably what it is. I could spit game to men and spit game to women too. And that's not to brag. That's just real shit. So the point is, we all have dualistic energies, is where I'm going with that. We were made with a woman and a man. See, you can't make a child without a man. You can't make an egg, can't make a baby without the sperm. And sperm can't make a baby without the egg. And you know what? It makes me think of Linkin Park. I don't know why this just popped in my head. It's one of my favorite bands, by the way. Literally saved my life. Rest in peace, Chester. I love you. Mike Shinoda said, the sun doesn't give the light to the moon, assuming the moon's gonna owe it one. It makes me think of how you act to me. You do favors, then rapidly you start turn around and start asking me about things that you want back from me. I'm sick of the tension, sick of the hunger, sick of you acting like I owe you this. Find another place to feed your greed while I find a place to rest. Bitch. Okay, he didn't say the bitch part, but you know, I had to add my own flair. I had to add the little flair. Y'all know. I gotta be goofy, bro, because that's me. That's me. Let it out. Just let it wash over you. I know sometimes I may be annoying to some of y'all, you know, but y'all love me though. And I love y'all too, but I'm just saying, I think there's something, it's weird because I could be awkward, annoying, but people still like me. I don't know why. I don't know why. They be trying to act like they don't like me though. But you can tell that they do. You can tell that they do. You know, those type of people that be just slick dissing everything that you do. Oh, your tarot readings aren't catchy. Let me go start reading tarot and looking up other tarot readers, though. Let me copy your hairstyle. Let me copy this. I know y'all have experiences. It's not just about me, right? Pay attention to stuff like that. They'll never compliment you, but they'll go out and watch everything that you do, the way that you speak, the things that you're interested in, and they try to duplicate what cannot be duplicated. See, they need to be spending that time working on themselves. They can't be mad at us for being the shit. We came out the wuss. Straight up. Well, some of us. Some people came out the womb just straight pitiful. Straight sad. Lost. You know. What's that? Face ass. Still looking like that to this day. They probably 40, 50 years old, still looking like that. Lost, dazed, and confused. Don't let it get to you, y'all. People want to tear that confidence down. They want to tear down your happiness. I noticed one thing that I didn't catch on to until it was too late, y'all. One thing that, because I guess I didn't catch on to it because I don't do shit like this. I don't actively go and seek to make people unhappy. Matter of fact, I make it a point to make people laugh. And even if they don't laugh, they're probably chuckling on the inside because it's so silly and goofy. I make people smile everywhere that I go. They don't even have to know me. They don't even know my first name. Don't even know where I came from. Right? I love to make people smile. I love to make people laugh. I love to just be me, right? But then people, when they see stuff like that, they see when people gravitate to you, when people like your personality, when people like the way that you look, you're getting more attention than they're getting. Oh, that's when the real shit show starts. Now they're going to start nitpicking. Why you did this? Why you did that? Why you like this? Why you like that? You know what my answer would be to all of that? It's none of your fucking business why I do what I do. Mind your own business. Figure out why you are doing what you're doing currently, which is why I continue to worry about me because I'm not even thinking about you until you made it a point to worry about me and get my attention. That's how I see it. I don't see the purpose. Why make people unhappy? What's the purpose of that? What do you get out of that? These people really think that they can make themselves feel better by tearing other people down, not realizing that they're tearing down the very thing that they wished that they could be. It's insanity. It's sad, but it's very real. And we have to watch out for that. Just like when I brought up Michael and certain people that are genuinely kind-hearted, and they just try to really just ruin you. Assassinate your character. Make you think that there's something wrong with you, when really they're just projecting. That's something that I wanted to talk to you guys about as well, because you know what? There was somebody that I spent a lot of time with that I've shared story times a little bit here and there about fraudulent, C-SPAN, my family and all that good stuff. And I shit you not, sometimes things come to me slow, like all the detailed and complex stuff. I like to hack computers, cybersecurity. I love philosophy, and, I love quantum physics and all sorts of stuff. Technological mechanics and stuff like that. Dude, I love all kinds of stuff. But when it comes to something simple, sometimes I'm like, oh, shit. Damn. Right? And I literally just realized that everything that I've been feeling about myself, I have to keep reminding myself of this too. Everything that I've been feeling about myself has been something somewhere or other that someone has told me or made me feel like. When people ghost you, when you know damn well you're the whole package and then some, girl. I'm the platinum package. That's how I see myself. Even with flaws and all, girl. I am a platinum package. Somebody would be damn lucky to get a woman like me. Or can I get an amen? Because one thing that I know, there's a lot of things that there's a lot more than meets the eye when it comes to me. Although I am an open book, there's still a lot more that people can't see. They can't understand it. They're not on the same, you know what I mean? They're not on the same frequency. Or maybe they really do understand it and they hate it because they know that they're not that. And they know they could never be that because they choose not to do better and be better. Now, I know I've been ranting, and I'm about to cut this deck, y'all. Thank y'all so much for listening to me. I really do appreciate y'all. I love you guys so much. Thank you for everything. Thank you so much for believing in me, especially when I've been struggling with not believing in myself. Thank you so much for actually caring enough to sit here and listen to me rant for over an hour before I even got to the reading, girl. Thank you so much to those of you that have gotten private readings. Thank you so much to those of you that have donated. Thank you so much to those of you that have become members of this channel. And if anybody wants to become a member, you're more than welcome to. There's a join button at the bottom of all my videos, and you guys get awesome perks, custom badges, emojis, and depending on what tier you're on, you could get a lot of awesome exclusive things. Now, to those of you that have purchased merch, I appreciate that. See, now here's the thing. I never talk about these things all the time on my channel because I don't want to come off as though it's all money hungry, you know. Money, you know. What a miserable existence that would be to let money, the amount of money determine your self-worth and your value, right? I tend not to bring those things up, but I do see those of you that support me in that way. You guys don't have to. It's not required. And I'm not begging you to do so either. But I do notice, and I want to express my appreciation. Because to be real with you, the more that I keep talking to y'all and expressing my gratitude, I'm realizing that I must be crazy to think that what I'm doing is not good enough. Because you guys keep showing me that. I don't know what's wrong with me, y'all, but just bear with me, y'all. Y'all know I'm a little crazy. Y'all know I'm a little slow sometimes. Sometimes I'm like a bird, you know, I'm just all over the place and shit. You know, me and JJ, you know, just at each other and shit. JJ talked to me today. Now, you know what? I almost forgot to tell y'all about this. Let me pause real quick. I got to put the deck down, girl. JJ pulled up, girl. And he wasn't all about just the A. He was like, And he was just hopping up from branch, just side to side, looking around, hopping. He wasn't even doing anything in particular, just talking and hopping, which was the cutest thing I think I ever did see. I love birds. You know, they're really fun. Animals are really funny, y'all. If y'all pay attention to them, they're hilarious, bro. My son Poppy is funnier than me. I don't even know how he got to be so funny. It's probably because, you know, he took some notes from his mommy and shit. And, you know, he surpassed the master and shit, right? So I guess, you know, I'm proud of my son, but he doesn't even try, bro. It's like the diction and the tone and like how many, you know, just the way he talks is funny, bro. It's like he's not even a damn animal, bro. He's really he really does call himself talking shit to me too. Yeah. And I say, Poppy, zip your lip. And he goes, man, talking under his breath. So then I say, Poppy, does mommy needing to whopping you? Do you want a spanking? And he goes, man. I'm like, oh, so you do want a spanking? You wanting me to whopping you? And then he turns away and puts his back towards me like I ain't shit. Now I'm gonna let him make it because, you know, my son's a gangster, bro, but not so much. You know what I'm saying? It's alpha mommy in the house, bro. You need to show some respect up in this piece, bro. I'm sick of you clowning me. You know, and then when other people come over, he really shows out because he knows that I'm not really paying attention to him like that because it's not just us. So he'll really show out. He doesn't like when I talk to anybody on the phone. He don't want me having any company over. He makes it a point to put his paw on me like, you see this? All of this shit here is mine, boy. So don't even think about it. You see how she pet me and rubbing my belly and shit? Yeah, you wish you had this. You ain't never gonna get this loving, bro. You wanna know why? Because you a little bitch. That's how he really does look at people. And then he be clowning them. He be nipping them on the hands and shit. Now, he knows he doesn't do that to me. Matter of fact, he puts up with a lot of my shenanigans. I don't know why he hasn't bit me and acted a fool because I'm annoying as hell because he annoys me. But he, you know what? I don't know why I'm talking about my son, y'all. I swear I'm not a crazy cat lady. But I love my son. And I love JJ too. They're my homies, bro. When I ain't chilling with the squad, I be talking to them and shit. All right, let's go. Let's go. Oh. Somebody's trying to pull somebody down. Somebody's trying to pull somebody down. Somebody's trying to keep you stuck. If you guys have been getting subliminal messages through music, TV shows, subliminal messages by seeing somebody's name everywhere all of a sudden, you're dreaming about them, you're thinking about them when you haven't thought about them in years or however long, they're thinking about you, and they're also wanting to reach out, but they know that the door is closed, or they know that they royally fucked up and it's never going to be the same, so they really don't know how to approach you anymore, which is what I know for sure is what's going on in my particular case. Now, you know, your case may be slightly different, you know, but I do sense some similarities going on around here. Somebody is trying to hold you down, hold you back, stop your shine, stop your progress. Somebody doesn't want you to find love. Somebody doesn't want you to be happy, but they see that you are happy. Somebody doesn't want you to be doing better without them because that validates the fact that they had no significance when it came to your happiness and your success. See, that further reiterates the fact that you can do bad by yourself. If anything, a lot of y'all are doing a lot better without these people. Matter of fact, i.e. right here, I don't know why I keep trying to hold on to certain people. It's probably because I've known them for 10 plus years. You already didn't put that much time in, so I guess I could just hold out a little bit longer, but damn, you still up to the same bullshit, so. But they don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to do better. People in the family especially. And I just said somebody in the family and this comes out. Okay, so let's talk about this for a second, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead. If y'all are not sitting down, I'm gonna need y'all to have several seats because what's about to go down up in this live stream will blow your shit back. Okay, so just go ahead and strap yourself in, you know. Cop you a Lotus Squad mug in the merch shelf below all of my videos, girl. Go ahead and get you a Lotus Squad t-shirt and rep your set, because we're about to spill all of this piping, scalding hot tea, girl. So scalding, girl, I'm telling you, their burns gonna have burns when I spill this tea. Okay? Now I'm only gonna start with these two cards. Now I'm about to show out. So everybody, please, I love y'all. Please don't take me so much to heart when I start going in, but also do take it seriously, because I'm not playing no games. There are people in the family right now that don't want to do better for themselves. They want handouts. They're lazy as hell. They're a literal potato, girl. You might as well just chop them up and put them in the fucking skillet and make you some home fries or some hash browns, because that's all that they'll ever amount to be. Because they want to sit on the couch all day. They want to sit in the house all day. They want to sit under mommy and daddy all day. They want to sit under their spouse and their money all day. They want to stay in place. Somebody is playing it way too safe. And they're playing it too safe because they know that they're undeserving. Somebody knows that they're undeserving. Somebody knows that they are boring. Somebody is afraid that you'll get bored of them. Matter of fact, 9 times out of 10, no, matter of fact, 11 times out of 10, girl, let's just keep it 1,000. We did get bored a long time ago, but because we cared, we stuck it out, girl. We held on for dear life, bitch. And they still on that bullshit. Always talking about, I'm bored. No, sweetie, your ass is boring and you need to get up and do something constructive and productive with yourself. Clean your home. Wash that ass. Go out there and get you some money. And no, I'm not talking about slinging drugs to get money. Do something legitimate. Actually put some work into your craft. Why don't you get creative? Why don't you make some effort? But no, they want to do the same thing over and over and over again because they don't want to put in the work. They're not capable of putting in the work. See, a lot of people in our family may feel like we're smarter than them, and they're probably 1,000% correct. They're probably correct. There's nothing wrong with having confidence in your intellect and your talents and abilities. Don't ever let anybody make you feel bad for being confident. People always try to tell me I'm arrogant. No, bitch. There's a difference between confidence and arrogance. I don't go around trying to make other people feel small because of my own observations, accurate observations, might I add, about myself. See, I don't go around acting like I'm better than everybody. See, that's the difference. I'm receptive to other people's perceptions, even if I don't agree, because there's always something that you can learn from somebody else. See, they don't do things like that. They think that they have it all figured out, just everything. They figured out everything. They're not willing to listen to any other, differing opinions or even facts, concrete proof, screenshots, receipts, evidence, girl. They'll still look you in your face. All that pride and ego, can't put it to the side because they don't want to admit they're wrong. See, a real G, a real boss knows how to admit their wrongs, because if you never admit to your wrongs, you can never correct them. So that's where they continue to fuck up. See, somebody doesn't want to be held accountable. And a lot of us have taken on a lot of other people's karma. We've taken on a lot of other people's insecurities. We've taken on, and some of us may not even realize that maybe we've hung around certain people for so long that subconsciously we're automatically thinking the same things about ourselves that they think about themselves, not even realizing that that's where it came from. So we're thinking that because we're thinking these thoughts, that it is coming from us, but really not realizing that it's because certain people in the family, friends, workplace, even in general, there are a lot of people that are trying to pull you down. A lot of people that would rather you fall in line, follow the status quo, rather than breaking through the mold. And you want to know why that is? Because that shows them that you're everything that they will never be, because they choose not to be it. It's not anything personal. It's not like anybody's better than anybody, aside the fact that we are better because we're making better choices. But the fact of the matter is they're choosing to stay in place. They're choosing not to grow. Somebody will always be stuck and they're never going to change. People in your family, you guys, seriously, I know how hard it is to walk away from your family. Trust me, I know. Because that's family. Like, it's not like a friend or an ex or anything like that, or a coworker or whatever. It's family. So you're thinking, damn, I mean, I gotta keep trying. Let me tell you something. I'm sorry, and maybe other people can disagree. We can agree to disagree. But one thing I've learned throughout my life, I'm tired of trying to appease people in my family, friendships, and any other type of acquaintances. I'm tired of trying to appease to their liking. I was not brought into this world to be a caricature, to entertain these fools out here. It's not my responsibility to make other people feel comfortable. Now, that's not saying that I'm actively going out of my way to make people feel uncomfortable. See, that's not my intention and never will be my intention, because that's a waste of time. And that's one thing, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Don't waste my time. Because that's something I can't get back. You can get some money back, but you can't get your time back. I hate that. It pisses me off. You want to know why? Because not only is that blatant disrespect, but that deserves several pimp hands to the face and neck. Now, I'm not condoning violence. I'm just saying, theoretically, pimp handing their face and neck. But somebody's still stuck on the fact that we decided to let them go. We chose ourselves. And some of us may have been in limbo. We may have gone back and forth. We may have held out hope. But now we're done. The cycle has been complete. And somebody is really stubborn. They won't apologize. They will never live in reality. Never. You guys, we've dealt with so much conflict throughout our lives, and even recently, that it has quite literally drained us. And we need to stay away from everybody so we can replenish our spirit, because a lot of us are feeling like we don't have any life force. We're feeling like we really, even if we want to keep going, our body is forcing us to have to pay attention to it, because it's telling us to sit that ass down. We don't realize the level of impact that these people's energy has on our spirit. And we don't realize that the more time that we've spent with people like this, energy drainers, people that like to argue, people that, they don't ever want to change. They talk about all these things that they want to do to change in their life, but they're never willing to act on these things. They do the same thing every single day. They don't want to try new things. They don't want to learn new things. And the fact that they're lazy as hell is definitely a big factor as to why they're consistently failing. Now, when it comes to us, somebody's going to have to hear this. A lot of us are feeling stuck in a rut because that's the universe telling you that now is not the time to act. Now is the time to rest. A lot of us are feeling bored with certain things that may have brought us joy at one point in time. Because we've been dealing with all of this stress, pressure. We've been carrying everybody else's load, including our own load, which is enough within itself. And it's time to slow it down. A lot of us could be stressing about money, rent, how we're going to take care of this with this lockdown going on, lost jobs and all this stuff going on. And right now, I need you guys to hear me when I say this. Trust the universe and have faith in the fact that all you need and then some will be provided to you at the right time. Some of us are worried about evictions or losing what we've built. Continue to have faith in the universe. The universe is not conspiring against us, even when it seems like it is, because whenever it seems like the universe is conspiring against us, is because we are resisting. Somebody's resisting change. Somebody is not willing to try something new or to think outside of the box in some way. Somebody is hard-headed. There could be somebody here, especially to those of us that have dealt with third-party situations or dealt with roommate situations, living situations, and even workplace where people are not, it's getting to a point to where you guys are feeling like you're running in place, because no matter how much you make, no matter how much work you put in and how many hours you put in, it's like you can't seem to catch up with everything that you need to pay for, take care of, because you're not being paid what you're worth. While you're watching people that do nothing get all the glory, get all the praise. There's also an issue here that I'm seeing where there could be something concerning wanting to move. Some of us may have been in the midst of wanting to make a move, wanting to find a new home, wanting to even change jobs. And with everything external to us currently, that has been put on hold. And it's causing a lot of stress within itself, because maybe there's an environment here where we're feeling stuck in. The environment is not really good for our mental health. The people in it aren't good for our mental health. They cause a lot of stress, even in the workplace, especially, friends especially. It's like no matter how much you try to help somebody and give, your time, your effort, your support, it's like it'll never be enough, because they're not applying themselves the way that they should be and could be. See, to those of you that are artists, and to those of you that make music, paint, to those of you that are dancers, writers, content creators, light workers, a lot of us may have felt like we hit a plateau in our projects here. Maybe it seems like we don't have enough resources, enough money to be able to execute some of the things that we want to do. And the stress of that, on top of the pressures and stressors of the people around you and everything else going on in the world today is really weighing you down. Maybe some of you guys feel like you aren't getting the recognition you feel you deserve when it comes to your creative projects. And you know what? That resonates for me. I don't know if that resonates for anybody else, although I'm sure it does for somebody. But one thing that I'm saying here is that there are some of us that feel like we're not seeing enough growth in our business. Or maybe we feel like we can't invest in marketing. We can't invest properly in our brand. Maybe we feel like we're falling a little bit behind with where we want to be due to everything that's going on outside of us. Yes, people stealing content. I see that all the time. Don't make me get started on the people that I've heard use words that I know that they've never used before in their videos, thinking that I don't know that they watch me and they're trying to copy me and could never, ever be me because they can't touch the gifts that I have. See, this is something that can't be duplicated, but back to the point. There's somebody here, because y'all know I'll get fired up about that. I can't stand that shit. How about you have an original thought? Stop bopping off of people. How about you actually use your fucking brain and do something on your own? Stop having people hold your hand and guide you through life. Let's put some fucking effort into your creations rather than trying to do what I do, because you could never do what I do. They could never do what y'all do. They know that. You want to know why? They're not equipped and never will be equipped. I don't give a damn if they glow up or not. They will never be equipped. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just being real. So whether they want to hear it or not, you better listen up, haters and content stealers. You may think that you're getting somewhere with what you're doing, but at the end of the day, you will still be a fraud. You will still be talentless, and you will get nowhere. Now, when it comes to people in our lives, friendships, family members, acquaintances, a lot of people have definitely taken us for granted because they didn't want to make the effort. They're not, they say they're going to call you. They're not calling you, or, whenever you need them, they're not there, but you're always there for them. So the one time that, you need somebody, they can't be bothered. They seem to forget everything that we've done. Not saying that we do things expecting things in return, but it would be nice to see some reciprocation. It would be nice to not have to hold a relationship on our backs by ourselves. It would be nice to not have to do all the work trying to establish a relationship and maintain a relationship. For example, my parents think that I should be reaching out to them, and I used to do it all the time. Until I realized, no, bitch. No, I'm not the parent. That's the parent's job. I see other people's parents reaching out to their kids. Some of you guys could be dealing with that. Always having to chase. This could even be applying to people in your friendships, even people that you live with. Maybe you're putting in all your money, spending all your money on people, and then they're sucking you dry financially, emotionally, mentally, physically. But then the one time that you need help, what was that? They can't be bothered. Now, don't think that I'm getting angry, y'all. I'm just picking up on the vibes, and I'm picking up on the frustration. And you have every right to be frustrated with people that do you like that, because you do deserve reciprocation. I don't give a damn how people try to paint it. Oh, well, I'm not perfect. Well, neither am I, motherfucker, but I'm always there for you, even when I'm dealing with my own shit. But the one time I need you, you're not there. Why do I always have to do all the work? Why am I doing other coworkers' work and getting paid to only do my position? Why am I doing everybody else's position and I'm not getting a raise? Why am I constantly initiating conversation with friends or supposed friends, so-called friends, but y'all can't be bothered to hit me up? Can't even ask me how I'm doing. Can't even ask if I got the Rona. But they have the nerve to be ungrateful. They have the nerve to try to undermine your achievements, undermine your efforts, all the while convincing you that maybe I am being, maybe I am expecting too much. No, you're not expecting too much. Matter of fact, you're not expecting enough. You need to start holding people accountable. You need to start raising your standards all the way up, girl. Go past the moon and the stars, girls and boys. Okay. Reach into the next galaxy a billion light years away, girl. Dare to dream big because you are worth it. Don't ever let anybody convince you that you're not worth the effort. But it's because of the lack of effort that maybe we may have convinced ourselves in some way that maybe I'm not worth the effort. Maybe somebody's better, especially when it comes to third-party situations. Especially when it comes to somebody getting somebody else pregnant and then coming back talking about, oh, well, I still love you. And, oh, you know, I'm thinking about you. And, oh, you know, I'm really sorry that I, you know, screwed up. But but check this out. I got this other third party pregnant. And, you know, I just kind of slipped and fell into the P. Or, oop, I just slipped and fell onto the D. Or, oop, I just ollie-ooped and cartwheeled onto the P and the D. It was an accident. Forgive me, please. Oh, I didn't call you because I was busy, knowing damn well that you wasn't doing shit. Oh, I'm getting fired up. There's somebody in this chat that's really feeling what I'm saying. And let me tell you something. You better speak up. So if you've been silent, allowing people to get away with bloody murder when it comes to the way that they've treated you, that's because maybe you don't want to rock the boat. Maybe you feel like in some way, maybe you're overreacting. Don't do that. Don't think that way, because you want to know something? And I'm going to need you to take a moment and pause and look at all the efforts that you made. And can you really sit here and say that what you've received in return, which is absolutely nothing, is fine with you? You think that that's okay? And if you do think it's okay, you were taught to think that way because you're so used to being treated that way. You're so used to having to stay silent. Stop being silent. See, there was a quote that goes, you teach people how to treat you. Now, I'm not saying the people that are actively abusive and, you know, manipulative and all that stuff. But when you stay silent, when you don't say anything, when you don't stand up for yourself, when you don't check them at the door when they need to be checked, not 2 days later, not a week later, not a month later, not a year later. You need to check them motherfuckers right at the door. You got to move quick, or they will continue to think that it's okay because you're not saying anything. Now, I'm not putting blame on you for not saying anything, but I'm also saying at the same time that you need to be accountable for what you haven't said. You need to hold yourself accountable for the fact that you haven't stood up for yourself. And then after you hold yourself accountable, you need to switch it up on that ass. And then you need to start standing up for yourself unapologetically. You need to get mad to make change. And this is something that I've recently learned about my own anger. I've noticed that when I'm angry, a lot of shit can get done real quick. Get young whippersnapper, get whipped right up to shape. Even the people that think that they can be louder and you know, more intimidating. Okay, see, y'all think I'm cute and I'm goofy all the time, but let me show you that shit outside. Your motherfucker would be cowering with the tail betwixt the legs, shitting on themselves, girl, because of what comes through. Because I'm tired of being silent. I've been silent all my damn life, and look where it got me. Bitter, hurt, and confused. So now we ain't doing none of that shit. Now we taking notes. We're taking all the notes down, bitch, because no, not around here. You ain't gonna be treating me like shit while I'm treating you like gold, baby. It don't work like that. And you ain't gonna sit up here and gaslight me and make me think that I'm tripping for going off on you. See, a lot of people like to do that. But one thing that they can't do is mental gymnastics, because I move very quickly. Very quickly. Matter of fact, I've already calculated the moves that they're going to use before they even use them with their dumb ass. Y'all need to start sharpening up. I know you got it in you, because I feel you. I'm channeling somebody in here. You got it in you. Let them motherfuckers hear you roar, okay? Because now is not the time to be meek and mild. And yes, I understand all the people that talk about femininity, but here's the thing. There needs to be balance, right? Now, I'm not saying go out and act ratchet and all that other stuff, but what I'm saying is sometimes you're going to have to put the femininity to the side and stop trying to be cute and appealing. And you need to say what the fuck you need to say with your chest several times. And you also need to direct them to the several seats that you will be ordering them to sit in several times. Y'all see how I'm getting crunk? I wish a motherfucker would try and come at me. They probably could have got away with it a couple of years ago. Not anymore. Nope. You better get that gaslighting, word salad, blame shifting bullshit up out of here. Because once you've been through it once, you already know the game. See, even with people that you're dating, you may be ignoring certain red flags because you really want to like the person. You really want it to work. But y'all know, just admit it. Everybody in the chat right now, y'all better admit to yourselves. Don't beat yourself up over it. But you have to admit to yourself that you let some shit slide for too long that shouldn't have been allowed to slide to begin with. Now, I'm not trying to scold anybody. I'm trying to empower you. Speak up. And if somebody has a problem with it, that sounds like a personal problem to me. You better tell them to go get a reading from Mistress Lotus to be able to sort out their problems, because we don't do counseling services for free, bitch. Not anymore. We're not going to be Dr. Felicia or Dr. Phil in this piece anymore. No. Don't ever let anybody intimidate you ever again. You will not submit. Do not submit. That's what they want. Stand your damn ground, because let me tell you something. Somebody is going to try to come back, or has come back already. You guys have rehashed some things, and they have time and time again come at you sideways without provocation and without any grounds to do so, because they feel threatened because you're putting the mirror up to their dusty, crusty, and a little musty ass face. Right? But they don't want to look at the mirror. They want you to think that by you holding up the mirror, you're in the wrong. Don't let them do it. I'm telling you, these people are really, they can get real, as lazy and boring as they are and trash as they are. They sure do try to play those mind games, though. But that shit ain't gonna work around here. Because what I see here, somebody has been very defensive. And they've been defensive even when you've simply just been trying to help them. You're actually trying to nourish them, benefit them, give them something of substance, something that can help them better themselves. They're being defensive because they don't want to admit that they took you for granted, period. They don't want to admit that the person that they portray themselves to be, they try to act like they're a good person. But by you calling them out, that shows them and proves to them that obviously you're not a very good person if you are doing these things. And if you are actively trying to stonewall me, or actively trying to disagree with everything that I say, just so you can always be right, just so you can always feel like you're on top all the time, and not realizing that they're making themselves look like an even bigger fool than they actually are. Somebody has a lot of ego, and they use this overinflated sense of ego to hide just how inferior they actually feel inside. And by being in your presence, watching you achieve all of the things that they could ever dream to wish to achieve. It could probably be some things that they wish they could do. There are things about you they wish that they could be. But they know that they aren't and can't because they choose not to. So they'll have you believe, oh, you're insecure. Oh, you're just starting drama. Oh, I didn't say that. Even though you got the screenshots where they did say verbatim what you said that they said. And now they're trying to fumbling over the mouth, getting even madder because now they can't refute hard evidence. So now they have to submit. They know, even if they still put up these walls and they're still defensive and defending themselves, trying to be right, you know, and they know that they're wrong and will always be wrong. And that's good that you leave them alone, just me, but I'm referring to the people that need to exercise their power. See, there's nothing wrong with not dealing with people. And I'm not trying to knock you, just me. I'm just saying, because somebody needs to hear this. It's fine that you don't deal with people. But see, some people do need to be told the real before you leave them. That's what I do. I say what I need to say. I lay all the screenshots and receipts out, and then I block them. I love doing that because not only can you not bother me with your nonsense, because I already know what you're finna say, but now you just have to sit there and stare at the message while you fumbling and trying to figure out a way to get out all of that pent up aggression at the fact that you just got proven wrong and you just got shut down straight up to your face. See, I made the mistake, and this is just from my experience. I made the mistake of just walking away. And then it would fester within me, all the things that I needed to say, I should have said. And I'm just replaying. I should have said this. You can't get it out. But then when I go back and I let it out, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Mic drop. Peace. Nope, shut up. I don't have it. I'm not listening to anything that you're saying because you ain't saying shit. Nope, I don't care. You don't care. I don't care. We all don't care. Okay. I'm done. Sometimes you got to get a little mad. Sometimes you do have to speak up. There are times where, yeah, of course, if somebody's being physical, they're threatening your life, they got weapons and shit. Now, of course, speak to them through text messages or something, and then get a restraining order if need be. Screenshot everything, girl. I have screenshots from years, girl. Backed up to the cloud, girl, just in case anybody want to come with that dumb shit thinking that I'm not laced up with proper documentation. Yeah, I'm thinking like a lawyer now. I don't play no games. But I'll stay silent about the evidence that I have until I have to use it. But see, people, if we don't say anything to these types of people, they're going to continue to go throughout life thinking that they can get away with it because nobody ever tells them anything. And that's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes you need to speak up, especially even for your own sanity. Especially for your own sanity. Because now you have to suppress everything that you've been feeling and been needing to say desperately to let it out whenever you choose to. You know what I mean? Now, there's something here when it comes to our emotional state right now. A lot of us are dealing with family, friends, and exes that have triangulated us. We're dealing with money issues, workplace drama, and all of the above all at the same time, on top of everything that's going around currently. And the reason why I keep reiterating use your voice is because I see this here. See, A lot of us may be feeling like we're drowning in all of these unspoken feelings. And it's keeping us stuck in some way, mentally stuck on something, emotionally stuck on something. And it could even refer to the fact that people are quite literally stonewalling you. So now they're giving you the silent treatment to make you question yourself. And not only that, there's another side to silent treatment. They'll use that when you do stand up for yourself to punish you for standing up to them. But what I'm seeing, especially with family and work, there's a lot that we need to say, but we need to watch how we say it. We need to use diplomacy, but also to be firm, unwavering in what we need to say. And be prepared when you do speak out. I just have to let this out because I'm like I see it. When you speak your truth, 9 times out of 10, or even 11 times out of 10, they're going to come at you sideways. They are going to try to attack your character. They are going to try to bring up things that supposedly you did years ago, but they never mentioned it at that time. So it must not have been that bad if they're waiting to use it at a time where it's not relevant. They will try to use these tactics. They'll try to make you feel like how you feel is wrong. You're crazy. You're insecure. Or you're full of yourself. Or you think you're better than me. I can hear it and feel it now. And all that will lead to is a knockdown, drag out of choice words if we allow them to manipulate us with those little watered down tactics. See, the thing that I would hit them with is, why are you getting so ugly and worked up if what I'm saying isn't true? There must be some truth to it if you feel the need to aggressively defend yourself. Well, you ain't got shit to prove to me. I'm just telling you what it is. You're getting real heated over it. Somebody that's innocent wouldn't react that way. Now would they? Oh, and then they start trying to come up with something else. Drooling and just foaming at the mouth and all that extra stuff. Don't let that affect you. Don't let their personal attacks affect you. Don't let them attacking your looks, attacking your goals, attacking your dreams. Oh, you'll never amount to anything. That's why you ain't, that's why you didn't do this, or that's why you don't have this, or whatever. Don't let them turn it around on you. Some of you do need to go back. And there are some things here where somebody has a really bad attitude. They have a really bad attitude. So when you try to approach them, cool, calm, and collected, just to speak your piece and to have an adult conversation, they'll call you out of your name. They'll bring up all sorts of things that they feel like you may be insecure about or whatever to make you feel bad. I need you guys to prepare yourselves for that. Okay? I see a mother and a son here. Some of you guys could be dealing with a mother here who treats you like the scapegoat and the black sheep in the family. And maybe this is for the women out there with the relationship with their mother here. She's all about the self, I'm saying here. But her son could do no wrong. She lets her son, just sit in her house until 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old. And she's still washing his tidy whities and cooking him dinner. And, she's paying for everything and paying for the rent and just letting them stay rent free, but then let you need some help. And it's a problem. There's a lot coming through, y'all. Don't let that affect you, because what I'm saying here, and I need to point this out real quick. This right here speaks volumes to me. Although you may feel stuck in some way when it comes to making headway on your progress or working towards your goals, as long as you continue to remain consistent, and while I'm talking, it's kind of freaking me out because it's like this also applies to me in some way as well. I'm not too proud to admit, but as long as you stay consistent, remove any self-limiting belief systems that you may have learned from your childhood, change your attitude towards your journey. So if you feel like you're not moving as quickly as you would have liked or as you plan to be, don't let that deter you. God, this is so real. Don't let that deter you from continuing to push forward. I'm telling you, y'all, I know, look, I'm telling you, every word that I'm saying right now is tripping me out because I know I need to hear it too. I know it's not just y'all. Things may appear on the surface that they're not going anywhere, but the only way that something will fail and the only way that something will never be achieved is by you giving up. If you're experiencing boredom when it comes to your career, your creative projects, and your goals, it might be time to take a step back and give yourself some quiet time to contemplate if it's simply burnout, simply self-limiting belief systems that have been projected on to you since you were a child, or if it's genuinely become a path that you just don't want to go down anymore. 9 times out of 10, it's going to turn out for you guys that it is self-limiting belief systems. It's the type of attitude that we have towards what headway we are making. And it is, in fact, self-doubt, fear. And some of us may be comparing our own journey with those that may be doing the same things that we're doing and seeing success quicker than us or whatever. This is a little bit too real, y'all. Damn. As long as we continue to look at our own plates and to ignore what everybody else is doing, saying, thinking, feeling, and all that other stuff, keep to ourselves for a while, get some rest, the majority of us will feel a lot more rejuvenated and will regain that spark, that motivation to want to give your all this time. It'll make you want to push past the fears. It'll reinforce the need for you to continue to believe in yourself, in your talents, and in your abilities. Stop listening to what everybody has said about what you're doing. Stop looking at the fact that people have not supported you that should have been there for you since day one. Yes, it will hurt. And there's nothing wrong with feeling that hurt and feeling that disappointment when it comes to people that should have had our backs and not having our backs. But this time we need to call a spade to their face and walk away without a second thought and without an afterthought, and to go all in. Guys, somebody needs to hear this. Go all in. Stop thinking about what could happen or what might happen. Stop thinking about, you know what? One thing I've learned is that I never feared failure. I fear success. I think that has, and I'm telling you, as I'm doing this reading, a lot of stuff is starting to click a little bit. Somebody needs to hear this. You need to go all in. I think some of us know that we haven't been going all in. We could be doing a lot more than we have been doing because we've stayed too much in the mind, stayed too much in the planning stages, stayed too much in, outside recognition. And whenever we don't get it, it makes us feel like, well, maybe what I'm doing isn't good enough. No, they're not giving you recognition and praise out of jealousy. And beware of certain people that just want your attention for the sake of attention. I'm seeing a lot of that. Some of you guys could be dealing with an earth sign or an air sign that's like this, or even both. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. These people are not going to support your endeavors because they want to see you fail. I'm sorry that may hurt to hear, but I think a lot of us that are experiencing this type of energy, we already knew that that's how these people felt. They secretly want you to fail. And by you not going all in, the little bullshit that they try to make you believe about yourself, you're psyching your own self out. And maybe you're even starting to convince yourself without really meaning to that maybe what they think is right. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe this isn't good. Maybe I'll never achieve what I achieve. I had somebody one time, somebody that I've known for years, bro. Somebody tell me, I hope your business fails. And I'm not going to lie, that's echoed in my head for so long because that was somebody that I never thought would say something like that. I hope your business fails. And you know what? I have to hold myself accountable on some level. I'm going to admit it right in front of everybody. No shame. I think a part of me maybe internalized that without really meaning to. I think I did. I also think that it was fueled by my fear of success. A lot of us are afraid of success. But see, there's nothing to fear because you have what it takes. You've always had what it takes. There are some silent victories here. I'm telling you, you guys may find some money that you didn't expect to come in. You may find some, other ideas that may work better for you, along your journey of whatever you're trying to achieve. I see that even without the recognition and the praise and, without people being grateful for what you've done for them and without them admiring you, even without that, you will still come out on top as long as you choose to keep going. Wow. This is crazy. Now I see why I was told to come on here. Guys, some of us may have felt like the third party that was chosen over us, for those dealing with that, we're starting to feel like maybe we're inadequate in some way because we weren't chosen. But that couldn't be further from the truth. It may appear that way. They may be parading the third party on their social media, pretending to be happy. But keep in mind, that shit is going to blow up eventually. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But see, by us focusing on what they got going on is further taking us away from our path. And it's further reinforcing any insecurities we may have developed over that. Some of us could have even been triangulated. It's not just even third party. Some of us could have literally been triangulated with a sibling. So maybe there's a sibling that, could do no wrong. They're not, they're never held accountable for their actions, but everything that you do is wrong. And of course, anybody, any normal human being would start to wonder, well, damn, what's wrong with me? And why are they getting all the attention and praise when they're not even doing anything that would justify me being treated like shit? And I'm over here trying to do everything for everybody in the family, and I'm not understanding. Maybe there is something wrong with me. Some of you guys may have dealt with people in the dating scene where they may have ghosted you because they lied to you and said that they were single or they just got out of a relationship, and lo and behold, they sold you a dream without the intention of following through. So when they ghosted you, and then maybe later on down the road you found out that they were with somebody else, they did that purposefully to make you feel the way that they feel every single day about themselves. They want you to be just as miserable as they are. Now, I hope that y'all are not feeling like this is going on too long, but what's coming through is just, it's very fluid. And I hope that there's something of value that you guys are getting from these messages, because maybe I'm the only one, but some of the things that I've been saying thus far is hitting home for real. And it's tripping me out because I'm not even thinking about what I'm saying. I'm just channeling and streaming it. That's it. That's what I always do here. You have the power to exceed your own expectations, but you have to move slow. Some of us want to get to the top as quickly as other people that we see doing the same things have. But just because somebody else is, they're moving at a different pace doesn't mean that we're less than. It doesn't mean that we can't achieve or even exceed that level of success. It just means that we may have to handle things a little bit differently for our own journey. We have to move a little bit more slow so we can establish roots. But if we give up before things start getting good, because we're letting ourselves psych ourselves out and we're letting other people psych us out in some way, subconsciously, it would be a real shame. Because I'm telling you, regardless of whether this is reversed or not, success is still assured. It just won't happen the way that you envisioned. It won't happen as quickly as you envisioned. Kind of like, certain YouTubers that blow up real quick, but then you see certain other people that just put 10 years into their stuff and haven't even hit 500K yet. Those types of journeys that I pay attention to kind of put things into perspective for me, because they could have gave up comparing themselves to this other, creator here that's just getting all, just moving quickly, trailblazing, they can start getting down on themselves. But then the fact that they kept going and put that time in without fault and without stopping is why they even got where they are today. But the point is they got there. So don't be so hard on yourself, you guys. Somebody's going to get their heart broken. So whoever broke our hearts in some way, it's coming back 100-fold. Return negative energy back to sender 100-fold. Matter of fact, I should upgrade that saying. Return negative energy back to sender 1,000,000-fold, since they want to play games. Fuck the 100-fold. Let's just do it 1,000,000-fold. But at the end of the day, you will heal. Forgive yourself, you guys. And you know what? Check this out. Yes, ma'am. Slow and steady wins the race. Check this out. You guys may think that you need more money, more status, more of a following, or whatever you feel like you need more of, whatever you're feeling like you're lacking in some way when it comes to your pursuits, your goals, things like that. Keep in mind that you already have what you need and then some. Some of us might be overthinking some things when it comes to, I don't have enough money to do this, or, I don't, nobody really knows, or I don't really know what I'm doing, or I don't, or whatever the excuses are. You already have what you need within you and in your immediate area. that you could utilize to help you manifest what it is that you desire. And you will manifest this. But if you're feeling bored and burnt out, take a rest. There's somebody here that's reaching out. So I see two males here, an older woman and somebody that's younger. So maybe you guys are younger here, or somebody has a kid, or this could even refer to somebody that's maybe even our age or older that acts younger. But there's somebody here that will be confessing something. For some of you, it could be a water sign or somebody with water in their chart that could be reaching out to you. Maybe there's somebody that's, expressing their interest. Maybe they're, saying, hey, I really think that you're beautiful. I've always liked you. I just never said anything until now, or maybe they're confessing how they truly feel when it comes to family situations, being a scapegoat. Somebody's going to speak out. And by doing so, it will allow you to open your heart up, open your heart up and open yourself up to letting in new opportunities, letting in good fortune, letting in the blessings. There's also something here that tells me that a lot of us are, in fact, artists. If you guys like to paint, draw, things like that, don't listen to the naysayers because they don't know what they're talking about because they're not doing what you're doing. If somebody is actively telling you something to deter you from your path and it's someone that you wouldn't yourself want to be like, if they're not somebody that inspires you, if they're not doing bigger and better things than you are, and they're trying to give you unsolicited and unwarranted advice or opinions, I wouldn't even listen to that, because if they really knew so much, wouldn't they be successful in doing what we're doing? Wouldn't they have made some sort of progress? We have to think on that level. Guys, burnout is real. Now, I'm not going to drag this out too long. I just need to say this. A lot of us are not taking a rest when we so desperately need it. A lot of us may have been putting in too much or working too hard rather than working smarter. A lot of us have been spreading ourselves thin, trying to help everybody else while we're trying to get where we're trying to go. And that could also be what's been slowing us down too. That just came through. The stress of all that, having to recover from all of that you've been through and been dealing with, that could be the source of any blockages and lack of motivation. You're not really feeling inspired. Maybe you're not really, maybe the ideas just aren't coming to you as quickly as before. It's because you definitely need to rest, but you also need to release. You need to speak up, speak your piece, even if you just have to write it in a letter and never send it. Whatever you got to do, get it out and get some rest. It's okay. It's okay if you got to take a few days. Don't feel guilty. A lot of us may feel guilty for taking a rest. And you know what? I can admit that I tend to be like that. Maybe it's a Capricorn thing. One thing about me is I don't like to stop until I see something reach what I want it to reach. But then I end up screwing myself because I'm doing too much too fast. And then now I can't be consistent anymore because now I burnt myself out trying to do everything in one sitting. A lot of us would do well with breaking our to-do list and our goals into smaller goals or smaller increments. Take it day by day. Do one thing a day. Only focus on one thing a day. Don't overload yourself. That could also be what's slowing you down. You're trying to do too much and you're trying to help people that have no business being in your presence. Now, I want to speak on this because I see this Ace of Cups. Now, I love seeing these two together, right? So there's no blockages when it comes to your ability to manifest. But Rome wasn't built in a day, and we shouldn't expect ourselves to be able to do that either. Ace of Cups. Keep your cup full, because your cup doth runneth over. Don't pour from your cup to fill anybody else's cup up either. Don't do it anymore. You may feel bad having to say no if people come to you with a sob story or needing your help or wanting to talk to you about their problems or whatever the case may be, needing money, whatever. It's time to be selfish at this point in time because you've sacrificed yourselves so long and so much and got nothing in return and nothing to show for it. So now you desperately need to put yourself first and only yourself. Put only yourself and what your vision is first. That's it. Don't let anybody distract you. Don't let anybody interrupt you or whatever. And don't give anybody anything. And some people may disagree with me on this, but you don't need to feel bad for not helping people financially or helping people with their problems or any of that. Especially if they haven't done the same for you, which I'm seeing clearly that they haven't. So stop feeling guilty, y'all. Stop feeling guilty for telling somebody no. That just came through. It's okay to say no. You're not a bad person for saying no. And don't let anybody make you feel guilty. Matter of fact, oh my God, that's crazy. No wonder that message came through. I had somebody the other day that has been hounding me to sleep with them. And I made it very clear the first time, which that should be all it takes, right? I made it very clear the first time that I'm abstinent. I'm seeking more than just a fling. I've never been a person to indulge in those things. I want something genuine and real. And if I have to be alone for the rest of my life, waiting for that, if it comes to that, fine. But I'm not going to devalue myself and give in to somebody else's whims because of peer pressure or because of whatever else. I mean, it was like he was always trying to sneak that idea. Well, maybe you should come sit on me or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not sure if you understand English. So I will go ahead and open this Google Translate. And please tell me what kind of buffoonery of a language that you understand so I can go ahead and translate the shit for you because I already said the first time that I'm not doing it. So however many times that you think that you're going to convince me, you're just making yourself look desperate and dumb. Don't let anybody pressure you. Oh, please help me with this. Or, can you hook it up? No. Nope. Somebody's getting blocked or has already been blocked. And a lot of you guys may have been dealing with a lot of inner conflict about that. Maybe you guys have been fighting yourselves about the decision to block certain people. Or maybe we are dealing with being blocked and ghosted, not understanding what happened because things may have been moving in, seemingly in a good direction. But then all of a sudden, hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold. Or if somebody doesn't get their way, now all of a sudden, they're not going to do anything for you. So then you end up finding out that they were only helping you to try to persuade you and to make you feel obligated to do what they wanted you to do. That just came through. Make a choice. And the choice is going to be yourself and your vision. Be open and vulnerable. Don't be afraid to show yourself as you are. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. Don't be afraid to let love in again. Even if it's not a romantic kind of love or whatever. For those of us that have pets, enjoy that love. Also, a lot of us may feel like we don't have love in our lives, not realizing that our passions are an example of the love that we do have in our lives. We just have to nurture it. And we've been nurturing the wrong people that have not returned or reciprocated that love, trying to 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They got somebody on standby, somebody on backup, They always got to have a fleet of women or a fleet of men to make themselves feel, worthy. That's an insecurity issue and has nothing to do with you, although it may make you feel like you're less than because they're choosing everybody else. Now, I'm going to say this and I'm going to wrap it up, y'all. Okay. Hold on to your money. Sometimes I have a tendency to do this, especially when I'm dealing with, any emotional, turbulence, maybe I'm going through, conflict or whatever. Sometimes I like to shop for things that I don't need. And then I end up getting buyer's remorse. And I'm like, damn, I could have used that money to save for this, or to invest in my business, or to do this. Hold on to your money. Maybe find some other things that you could cut out of your budget, close the door to everyone right now. Period, point blank. Close the door. And that's not to be rude or, to them, it's just, you need this time to yourself so you can figure out which direction you want to go. Because there's a lot of indecision on either your behalf or someone else's behalf, or even on both ends, that's been causing this whole stuck in a rut energy as well. Should I keep waiting for them? Should I keep, No. If you guys had somewhere to go and maybe you feel like it's not a necessary trip to make, maybe just postpone it, If you don't want to just outright cancel it, just postpone it. Okay, I just heard something. Somebody that we've known, or maybe even multiple people, they feel like you're too good for them. And some of y'all may have been told that by somebody here. And that's why they chose the other party, because the other party was easier to deal with, because they weren't expecting them to be better than they already are, than they are right now. Been told, I just felt like you were too good for me, or I felt like, why would you like somebody like me? Maybe they put you on a pedestal or something, and maybe they were trying to mask that insecurity by being all, showboaty and, appearing to be confident, when really they, in your presence, they feel like you're way out of their league, and they know it. They may not say it in so many words, but that's exactly what's going on here. That just came through. It's nothing that you did, and it's nothing that you're doing. They just know that where you're going in life, what you're doing with yourself, they can't measure up, and they know that. Now, meditation, rest, and going inwards. Writing, you guys, write it out. Release yourself from the past. Don't stay too much in the past. Focus on the present, you guys. It's okay to turn down an opportunity here, because there will be many more opportunities to come. Okay? I keep seeing this whole don't invest in certain things. Don't invest in things that don't make your money work for you, you guys. If you're not investing your money in your business, that could also be something else that's going on here with the delayed progression of your business. That also came through. And stop investing in people that have never invested in you. Just stop. I'm seeing Gemini energy coming up, you guys. And you know what? Now everybody's here. Everybody's here. I'm seeing a lot of mom references, though, for sure. Release yourself. Liberate yourself. Regain your confidence. Take action. Be creative. Do your hair. Do something different with your hair. Start playing with your makeup for the women out there. Maybe get you an outfit or something if you got it like that. Maybe whatever. Get you something nice that will help to, help you feel sexy and confident. And always come from a happy disposition, because a lot of people will try to ruin this. So maintain it at all costs. Hold on, keep whatever plans that you have. Don't tell anybody anything. Don't even tell them when it's done. Just keep working towards your goal in silence. And once you've reached where you're trying to go, the success will speak for itself anyway. Don't tell anybody what you're excited about. It may not be that you're trying to brag or anything. I'm not thinking that you guys are doing that. But some of us, a lot of us are human. We want to share with people, we're so excited about what we want to do. And, we just want to talk about it. We're excited. But some people may pretend to be happy for you, or they may just completely shut you down. And that will throw a monkey wrench in the progression of your goals as well. So just don't tell anybody. Pretend when people ask you, hey, what have you been up to? Keep it short, sweet, or just don't respond at all. Pretend that you're doing nothing with your life. Seriously, I've started doing this. Just pretend, I've just been sitting around doing nothing, Same old, same old. That way they can't attack what they can't see. They can't attack what they don't know. Don't give them anything. This is you. Okay? So, y'all are probably like, damn, she's still going shit. All right, y'all. So that is what I have for you guys. More time when it comes to how I do these. I'm not sure if I want to do whatever it is that I'm trying to do. So just be patient with me, you guys. I want to take my time when it comes to what direction I want to go with this channel. And you know what? If you guys have anything or anything that you would like to see on this channel, please don't be afraid to, express what you would like to see. I mean, there's nothing wrong with me taking consideration to, provide you with the content that you guys would like to see. Especially when it comes to if you guys want to email me with some topics you want me to talk about or whatever the case may be. I want to do something more interactive. And I want this to be something that isn't forced. And I want this to be something that all of us can enjoy. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you guys want to spitball and let me know what you guys would like to see on this channel, don't hesitate to let me know in the chat box or in the comments below if you're watching the playback. And guys, if anybody wants to book a private reading with me from here on out, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to be doing them live anymore. So because it just doesn't make sense for me to do it that way. I've decided from here on out, if you guys would like to book a private reading with me, my information is always in the description box below and, in all of my videos, my information, my contact email, my website to see my prices and the services that I offer are listed there. And you guys are more than welcome to book that way. And that way I want to keep these collective readings. So I'm not tacking on, I don't think that that's a good idea. Let me see what you guys have been saying. I'm sorry I haven't been looking at the chat, y'all. That was an intense channeling session there. Oh, Christine. Oh my God. Christine, please tell me you're still in here. Christine, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I did not say thank you for your super chat, the donation here. I really appreciate that. I got lost in the message, honey. I really didn't mean to leave you hanging like that, but I really do appreciate it. Donna, by the way, I just want to say, I almost forgot, the 555, just to clarify, 555 is an indicator that things are going to be changing, and these changes are going to cause a little bit of, upset within you, but it's necessary changes. There may be some conflicts that you've been dealing with or that you will be dealing with, so just be prepared. And any challenges that you face, this is for your greater good. So it's just a warning that there will be some conflict and challenges that you'll have to face, but you can persevere. Okay. Let me see. Parched and thirsty. I'm up. It's like babysitting for the universe. These clowns are ignorant. Yes, it's that now. Like, love you too, Habisha. I was about to do a business with a friend, but it turned sour because they are all about themselves and they don't even care for me. They say they do, but actions speak louder than words. You're damn right. Hi, Christine. Okay, good. You're in here. So I'm glad that I was able to thank you. I really do appreciate your donation. And welcome to the Lotus Squad and welcome to the live stream. I don't believe I've seen you in here before. So it's a pleasure to have you. India said, bye, squad. Bye, babe. It's hitting home this way. Oh, Peaceful said it's hitting home this way too, girl. I just want to see if I didn't miss anything. Okay, I think I covered everything. All right, you guys. Wait, totally cool. Have been enjoying your channel. Well, thank you, Christine. How long have you been a part of the Lotus Squad? It's always a pleasure to see new faces. I love it. Honestly, the vision that I have, it's crazy because I can feel it. I feel like the more that we grow, we'll be unstoppable, dude. Like, this will be like the best spiritual community out there, because the things that I've been seeing from you guys, I just have to say this real quick. The things that I've been seeing from you guys, especially in the chat, when I see you guys being supportive of each other, it's really therapeutic. It's, it goes kind of beyond just the messages that come through in the cards. And I love seeing that. I don't think I really see that kind of interaction on other channels. I could be wrong, but I never see such compassion towards each other as a whole as I have in the Lotus Squad. So I really love this. And I can't wait to be able to get to a point where I'm financially secure so I can be able to do giveaways. I can start giving away money, start giving away, merch and different things like that. Start giving back to you guys. You know what I mean? And I feel like right now, all these things that I want to do to give back to you guys, I haven't really been able to do, And you sing, Donna said, you singing. Thank you, beautiful Lotus. Peace and love to you, my dear. Peace and love to you too, Donna. Do I have PayPal? Yes, Tebow, I certainly do. And guys, keep in mind, just in case I'm unable to put these links up when you ask for future reference, just keep in mind, Cash App is in the description box. Everything that you'll need to be able to contact me, look up reading prices, and to be able to pay and book. All of that info. Yes. Look, Habisha, she I can feel you, girl. You like everything is in the, basically, I just heard you say telepathically, she just said everything in the description box. Tell me, girl, did you say that? Because tell me why I heard you say that. You silly girl. This is why I fucks with you, girl. You're welcome, Tebow. Oh, she just caught me today. Awesome, Christine. That's cool. I didn't even know that these live streams attracted new people. That's cool. Okay. I guess there's hope. There's hope. All right. Well, and also you guys, yeah, Cash App, all that other stuff, that will be in there. And you know what? Keep in mind, you guys, if you guys want to get some cool merch, or become a member of this channel, it's kind of like a Patreon thing. A lot of people don't really know about this whole join button thing. It's kind of new to me too. But you guys can look at the different tiers, and there's one for $1.99, $4.99, all the way up to $9.99. And each one comes with their own special perks. You get your custom badges, custom emojis. And whenever I do giveaways, for everyone that remains a member, when I do the giveaway, you guys will have automatic entry. Okay. So yeah, I did. Pisces moon for life. Pisces moon in this bitch. But yeah, you guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will be back soon. Much love. And until next time, stay blessed, not stressed. Peace and love. Oh, wait, damn. I was trying to do it all smooth too. Okay, hold on. Peace and love. Wait, damn. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm fucking up. Okay, peace and love. Shit. Okay, there you go. There you go. Bye.